Congratulations to Egypt on beating Australia on penalty shootout. Although I really expected so much more from Egypt in this game, they were my favorites to win from the blast of the whistle due to the fact that they have a lot of quality at their top line, the likes of Mo Salah, Ashur, and Omar Mamouche. But it went to penalties. So and Egypt scored first through Ashur that header in the first half, and Egypt controlled the game a little bit at the start of the game itself, but Australia grew in towards the end of the first half, and it went well at the beginning. It was going well, going well, and Australia were in it. They have some technical players too that were pulling the strings in the central midfield, and the likes of Hirakunda in transition. They were playing about 3-5-3-2 at the beginning of the game, but after Egypt scored, they had to change their formation and be more expressive, and they took the game to Egypt at some certain stage, and they scored the goal through an own goal from an Egyptian player, Fani. And Egypt had this glorious chance at the beginning of the second half. Omar Mamouche, that was a glorious chance because it was a game of few chances, and Mamouche missing that sitter. Really, this game should have gone to the extra time as when Mamouche took that chance. And that's the difference between the elite and the sub-elite. The elite are ruthless in front of goal. They don't waste their chances. They kill you off with ease. And that's why they win most trophies. That's why they win most titles. That's why they are the best of the best in the world. So good one for Egypt, going through on penalties. And one thing still amazed me. I don't know why teams allow central backs to take penalties instead of them to at least encourage their most technical players. That their technical players are hide away from taking penalties, because taking penalties is a huge responsibility. The level of pressure on you, you carry the weight of the nation. But central backs taking penalties, most of them have skied it in this World Cup. Sota and that young Australian centre back, that tall young boy, he skied the penalty. Jonathan Tynes skied it against Paraguay. So I don't really fancy centre backs taking penalties. To me, they're more or less take the penalties as if they're taking goal kicks. Except you are an extremely technical central defender. That's why you can take a penalty. For me, centre backs shouldn't be taking penalties. They should encourage their most technical players to take responsibility, to use their technicality and take the penalty instead of centre backs taking penalty. And Egypt won the game 4-2 on penalties. And the extra time itself, there were a bit of chances in between. Salah trying to wave his magic in there, but it went to penalties. And Ryan came in. People were thinking maybe Ryan would be the hero, but it was not meant to be. And Egypt are through to the next round. So they will play either Argentina or Cape Verde in the round of 16. Good one for Egypt.